yan. Pero, then again...
That's her way of enjoying.
Yes.
Enjoy yung
Nag-enjoy naman yung bata.
Parang
Play
nga sa kanya yun eh.
Oo, pati kung magaling talaga yung bata, skilled naman doon, let her be, di ba?
Nalala mo parang dati, Cheska, cross-stitch ang uso sa atin.
Cross-stitch,
embroider, ganchilyo.
What else did we have to do in home ec? That apparently there are no more home ec classes.
Apparently.
Yun, dapat meron, no?
Yun din, di ba? So many things. O sige guys, kayo na.
Anyway, well,
may PE pa.
Tama. But it's nice, diba? Sabi nga, patuloy yung indigenous na tradition, diba? Nila. Thank you so much again to The Big Story, to Cez, to Sean, and to Pauline. On our show, we've got results for you from 8 NBA games today, plus a check on a doubleheader in the PBA Commissioner's Cup.
And we've got results from today's matchups in UAAP men's and women's volleyball.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Litungkalaw.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy League, puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, look out! Stuck in another one. Bakuna's rejecting Esteban for the
Hump Day Wednesday, folks, March 18th. Let's kick off the show in the NBA as the Oklahoma City Thunder become the first team to make this season's playoffs. Like a shocker, the defending champs booking their spot after beating the short-handed Orlando Magic 113-108. The Thunder were already ahead by 18 in the second quarter, but Magic clawed their way back to make it a tight ball game down the stretch. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who else? Sparking a late rally for OKC to stave off Orlando and eventually seal the win. The reigning MVP dropping a 40-piece with 9 coming in the last 3 minutes and 11 seconds of the game. SGA now has a record extending 129 straight games and still going with at least 20 points or more. Chet Holmgren added 20 markers and 20 boards. Paolo Banchero tried to cater with 32 points and 10 boards in a losing effort. But the Thunder punched their postseason ticket with a record of 54 wins and 15 losses, which tops the Western Conference and the entire league. The Magic, on the other hand, are 6th in the East with 38 victories and 30 defeats.
Yeah, I thought we were good on them tonight for the most part. We had some cracks in the game, but overall, played with great intention, executed well, made them earn everything. They had shot a lot of jump shots, and I think a lot of those were over our hands. So it was a good defensive effort, and certainly tightened the screws on that when we really needed it, especially like middle to end of the third.
And it seemed like the glass was a huge part of that as well, just between Chet and Hart, and then they got other guys flying in. How critical was the rebounding in Maya coming in?
Yeah, we had that little stretch where Carter got loose a little bit, and then end of the third, I thought that was really the difference. We got some stops, and Jay Will and Chet were out there, and we secured the ball and got ourselves some traction in the game again because it kind of got away from us for a minute there. But I thought Chet was a monster, interior defense tonight with the rebounding, rim protection all the way around. I thought he was really impactful in the game and played his minutes really well.
Meantime, the Detroit Pistons buck the early exit of Cade Cunningham and cruise past the Washington Wizards. The Pistons leading by as many as 22 points late in the game in the 130-117 victory. Cunningham hurt his back when he dove for the ball in the first period. He left the game for good moments later. With Cunningham out, Detroit leaned on its other all-star Jalen Duren, who had 36 points on 13 of 17 shooting while grabbing 12 rebounds. Bob Carrington had 30 markers for the Wiz in a losing cause. The East leading Pistons now have a 49-19 win-loss slate. They are just a step away from their first 50-win campaign since the 2007-2008 season. The Wizards stay near the bottom of the standings with 16 victories against 52 setbacks.
Okay, that fall early. Is there anything you can share as far as his status? And how
Not yet. I don't have enough information.
What did you like about Dennis Jenkins? It seems like he had kind of going through a slump coming out of All-Star Weekend, but tonight, 15.7 assists. What did you like?
I thought it was good. I thought he was aggressive, and he played the way that he needs to play. Free of the mind, the ability to attack, his speed, his ability to read the game, play make, and then defend on the other end. But I thought he had great energy and great spirit. And when he's at his best, that's the way he's playing.
You never want injuries, but this late in the season, you've already been kind of toying with lineups, seeing what you have. Does that just create more of an opportunity for you to get a look at guys like Sasser, Dennis, Kevin Herter?
Yeah, again, it's one of those things that, unfortunately we've dealt with, a lot this season and had to call on different guys throughout the year. And tonight was an opportunity to do that, give guys minutes, give guys opportunities to see what they could do.
And then how valuable is that going into the playoffs, obviously, where you're trying to finalize rotations?
It's extremely important, trying to find the right combinations for the different situations that we might face, and continue to grow.
Well, as for the Charlotte Hornets, they scored a huge win at home at the expense of the Miami Heat. The Hornets took the victory by 30 big points, 136-106. Charlotte with the monster fourth quarter outscoring Miami 40-18. Before that outburst, the Hornets' biggest lead was at 10, and they were up by just by 8. Entering the payoff period, LaMelo Ball led the way with 30 points and 13 assists. Ball also scored his 6,000th career point during the third period. Kobe White and Con Canifo combined for an additional 46 markers. The Heat were without Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, and Nikola Jovic, all due to injuries. Tyler Hero tried to make up for their absence, but his 20 points were just not enough. The Hornets keep the 10th spot in the East with 35 wins and 34 losses. The Heat dropped to 7th place with 38 victories and 31 defeats.
You work on those shots specifically, falling down and throwing it up, because that was pretty.
Yeah, low-key, honestly. I work on all my shots.
I love it. The second half, you guys took over. What happened in the locker room? What were the conversations like for you guys to come out and just put your foot on the gas like you did?
Just stay locked in, stay aggressive, and we got to be the more aggressive team. We know that's a good team, and they're really aggressive, so we were just trying to up that. Somebody that was very aggressive besides you in the second half was Kobe White. What has he brought to this team? Man, he brings a lot, and obviously we need him to play like that. He's amazing when he plays like that, just free, flowing. He got amazing talent on offense. He also could guard, so just a great player. Coach Lee said one of the things he wanted to see from you guys is to play more connected basketball. How would you personally describe the connection that you have with your teammates right now? Yeah, no, I feel real connected with him. But like he said, he knows best, especially when we all pass and moving the ball. That's just our best basketball right there.
5 more NBA games today. Here are the scores. Josh Hart with a season-high 33 points to lead the New York Knicks past the Indiana Pacers 136-110. Evan Mobley and James Harden dropped 27 points each as the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Milwaukee Bucks 123-116. The Minnesota Timberwolves hand the Phoenix Suns their third straight loss 116-104. The Denver Nuggets dominate the injury-plagued Philadelphia 76ers 124-96. And lastly, the San Antonio Spurs with their own blowout win over the Sacramento Kings 132-104. Coming up, how about some collegiate volleyball? Updates on the doubleheader in the UAAP men's volleyball tournament as the second round begins. Catch that only here on Play by Play.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play-by-Play on One News. Gilas Pilipinas women with a breakthrough win to close their campaign in the FIBA Women's World Cup qualifying tournament. The Philippines beating world number 19 Colombia 74-59. Gilas women overcame a 40-33 halftime deficit, turning the game around in the third quarter where they held Colombia to just 7 points. The Philippines then sealed the comeback with a strong 23-12 finish in the fourth period. KC De La Rosa led the way with a dominant 25-point, 19-rebound double-double, while Sumaya Sugabong added 21 markers. Gilas women finished the qualifiers with a 1-4 win-loss record.
I think everybody's just super happy, super proud to come out of this tournament with a win. I think it's huge not only for the girls sitting in the locker room and the coaches, but everybody watching back home in the Philippines, even in the States. So I think we did a lot for our country. I think we represented well, and I think we're going to be able to go home on a good note.
Here at home, the Terra Firma Jeep now with 3 straight wins to start the PBA Commissioner's Cup. This time, Terra Firma took down the Blackwater Bossing 99-88. The Jeep started hot from long range, hitting 3 and 4-pointers to take an 18-point lead at the end of the first quarter. But the Bossing came to within 1 at the break after locking down on defense and giving the ball to a red-hot Cedric Bearfield. The Jeep broke the game open once more in the second half, behind the solid play of Paulo Hernandez and import Ali Mubashar. Hernandez finished with 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Mubashar added 22 markers and 23 boards. Blackwater remains winless after 2 outings.
Sobrang ganda ng start pero we intend to go one-on-one nung second quarter. I think we are off 20. So yun yung problem pagka young team eh. Sometimes nalilihis. So we see to it na bumalik dun sa dating direction na which is to run the system, then wag mag one-on-one. Then syempre dumipensa.
Meantime, the Converge Fiber Xers and the Meralco Bolts are battling it out in tonight's second PBA matchup. It's been a back-and-forth affair so far. At the break, the Bolts had a slight edge, 48-45. The second half is still ongoing. This is Meralco's conference debut, while Converge is looking to bounce back from a loss against Terra Firma.
Now, how about some volleyball news? As the Crisscross King Crunchers stay undefeated in the Spikers Turf Open Conference. Crisscross is now up to 8-0. After sweeping the AEP Cap Stars 25-12, 25-14, and 25-13. Jude Garcia dropped 12 points, built on 7 attacks, 4 aces, and a kill block. The Cap Stars fall to a 3-4 win-loss record this conference. Meantime, the Savage Spin Doctors breeze past the 3B Event Masters 25-8, 25-13, and 25-13. JP Bugawan was hailed player of the game with 10 points, built on 6 attacks, 3 blocks, and a service ace. Savage is now up to 5 wins and 2 losses for second in the standings, while 3B slides to a 2 and 6 win-loss slate.
In UAAP men's volleyball, the FEU Tamarals remain perfect to start the second round of season 88. The Tams charged past the UE Red Warriors in 4 sets, 19-25, 25-19, 26-24, and 25-11. Amet Bitwin and Drix Avedra led the Tams with 15 points apiece. Lyric Mendoza added 12 markers in the win. The Tams climbed to 8-0 for the season. The Warriors fall to 1-7 after losing their 5th straight game.
Hindi naman sa nagulat pero expected kasi yun na talagang lalaban talaga si UE. Alam natin na yung 7 teams na yan, wala naman ni isa dyan magpapunta dito sa UAAP tapos iisipin na hindi sila lalaban eh. 'Di ba? So pagtungtong nila sa court, hard game. So siguro baka ano lang, yun nga yung sinasabi ko sa team natin na yung utak kasi tsaka yung damdamin natin, hindi nakikita yan. Hindi natin nakikita kung paano yung araw ngayon. Pero yung skills kasi, for example, yung receiving, meron si Benny na crucial moment, pagpasa niya, umover yung bola. Yun kasi, pwedeng i-overload. Pwedeng ulitin tapos hanggang sa makuha mo yung tamang proseso.
Meanwhile, the NU Bulldogs bounced back from their shocking 5-set loss to LaSalle over the weekend. The defending champions opened their second-round campaign with a sweep of the UP Fighting Maroons, 25-19, 25-14, and 25-19. Setter Greg Ancheta orchestrated the offense with 25 excellent sets. Leo Ordeales and Buds Budin scored 14 points apiece. The Bulldogs improved to 6-2. The Fighting Maroons dropped to 2-6 with their 5th straight loss. The second round of the UAAP Women's Volleyball Tournament has also started. The results of today's games when play-by-play returns right here on One News. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. The Philippine National Volleyball Federation speaks out following backlash over the proposed Las Pilipinas women draft. In a statement, the PNVF said it acknowledges the sentiments and concerns of the volleyball community, including issues related to the proposed ALAS draft and athlete welfare. PNVF President Tony Boy Liao and the Board of Directors said the governing body is committed to building a sustainable and athlete-centered path forward. The Federation also emphasized that it values the voices of players, stakeholders, and fans, adding that it is listening to the community. The PNVF has faced criticism in recent days over the proposed ALAS draft, which would limit national team players to representing ALAS women in certain competitions. The Federation says it hopes to continue dialogue and collaboration with the volleyball community moving forward. Meantime, in UAAP women's volleyball, the NU Lady Bulldogs get a taste of revenge to start the second round. The defending champions beat the UP Fighting Maroons in a 5-set thriller, 24-26, 25-17, 21-25, 25-18, and 15-8. Super rookie Sam Cantada delivered a monster triple-double with a career-high 32 points to go with 18 excellent receptions and 13 excellent digs. This is the first 30-point game of the season. It's also a redemption moment for Cantada, who missed the final 2 sets of NU's first-round loss to UP due to a right shin injury. The Lady Bulldogs improved to 6-2, while the Fighting Maroons fall to 3-5 with their 4th straight loss.
Siyempre po, grateful po ako kay Lord kasi nabigyan niya po ako ng talent kung ano man po meron ako ngayon. And siyempre, hindi pa naman po tapos eh. So, hindi po ako magsa-stop kasi wala pa naman po, hindi pa naman po kami champion eh. So, kailangan namin mag-aim pa po and pagtrabahuan pa po.
The FEU Lady Tamaraws likewise returned to the win column by turning back the UE Lady Red Warriors 25-11, 25-15, 25-22. The Lady Tams dominated the first two sets, but the Lady Warriors put up a fight in the third, even pulling level at 21 all. FIBA Bacanque came through in the clutch, delivering the final 2 points to seal the win. Bacanque was hailed the player of the game with 14 markers along with 5 digs. The Lady Tams rise to 5-3, while the Lady Warriors stay winless at 0-8, extending its skid to 22 matches dating back to last season.
Update Wednesday, we've got the UAAP and the NBA for you. Tonight's highlight reel is rolling right away. Some UAAP women's volleyball action, NU versus UP. What a match here. Lamina combination play goes to the super rookie. Sam Cantada with a finish there. What a game here. What a match for Sam Cantada. Good combination play by the veteran setter in Lams Lamina, setting up her young super rookie for that who had a game. Cantada and NU went on to escape UP in 5 thrilling sets. Sam Cantada, career high 32 points for the Rook, 13 excellent digs, and also 18 excellent receptions. Talk about offense and defense for the super rookie, and she is a rookie. Whew. In the men's side now, let's go. FEU and UE. UE will try to go for the attack, but denied there by Amit Between. Payong na payong, good anticipation by the blocker there. Take a look at this attack. Good back set to the opposite side, but Between was there, reading the play perfectly, timing it with a kill block there. Between leading the Tams with 15 markers, power pass the Red Warriors in 4 sets and stay undefeated in season 88. From the UAAP, let's go to the US from some NBA action. The Wolves against the Suns. Julius Randle goes baseline with a spin, attacks the hole. Woo! Vintage there for Julius Randle. What an attack, and he shows. And look at his son, pointing at his father saying, I see you, Dad. And hopefully that kid will also be like Julius when he grows up, for sure. Take a look at that lefty with a two-handed flush there for the undersized power forward, but still pretty much athletic and also very skilled for a 4. Veteran forward paced many with 32 points. Timberwolves beat the Suns here 116-104. Happy Wednesday. See you tomorrow.
And before we go, we want to wish all the best to Filipino tennis sensation, Alex Ayala. Ayala is set to begin her Miami Open campaign tomorrow. She will face Germany's Laura Siegemund, who is currently the world number 53. Siegemund had reached as high as number 27 in the world standings. This is the first time that the two will meet in a WTA tournament. The German veteran took down Petra Marchenko in the first round to book a date with Ayala. The 20-year-old Filipino got a first-round bye as the 31st seed. Ayala is coming off a round of 16 loss to Linda Noskova at the Indian Wells Open. She will try to at least replicate her dream run in Miami last year. She defeated a handful of Grand Slam champions to reach the semifinals. Again, as always, good luck to our tennis ace.
Good luck, Alex Ayala. That's all from us tonight, mga kapatid. Catch us again tomorrow, 9 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top score stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Liton-Calao. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid. Good night.